A few years ago, I had a very lucrative marketing job. The company tanked and went under. Took my job and everyone else's and our severance and health insurance. Just everyone was in a very bad position. As a result of the struggle with less income, I ended up getting evicted. I couldn't afford to keep my car insured and registered. And basically, after working 2 jobs, 7 days a week, ended up having a nervous breakdown. I've never been homeless before. I certainly hope it never happens again. It was a very uncomfortable experience. I guess just my trauma history and just, having gone from, what felt like the top of the mountain to the valley was just a lot. It was very stressful. I'm like, this can't be happening. It can't be happening. And, I didn't want to die like that. I didn't want to die being in a shelter and not having a home. I'm blessed to be here now in this apartment, and it seems to have all come together, thank goodness, very nicely in this place.
I really didn't care about much after that happened. And then once that happened, it just kind of took over from there. It didn't matter. I had money in the bank. I had a house. I had a car. I had stuff. And I just stopped being for long enough that by the time I woke up, I was too far behind in bills. I was too far behind in friends. How are you going to work if you have nowhere to go? You can't shower. You can't do your laundry. You can't change clothes. And you're going to sleep in a park. How are you going to work? How are you going to go to work and work? Even if you show up and clock in, how are you going to work? You haven't slept in a day and a half because you've been sitting in a park. This gives me the ability to go and do that. And that's very important. Taking a shower at night alone. Seriously, I'm not having to take a shower with 500 other dudes. That's awesome. I don't think if you haven't had to live in that situation, I don't think you actually understand what I mean by how awesome that is. I can take a nap when I want, and I can do, as long as I take care of my responsibilities that I have, I can go do what I want. And it makes it so much better because it's really what I want. It's not what I want that I can do with this big backpack on my back and a time limit and everything else. And it's just better. And you guys gave that to me. And I can't stress enough how grateful I am for that.
During my active addiction, I lost all 3 of my children. I became homeless. And I found a ray of light. July 17th of 2009, I went to detox. And on July 18th, which is my birthday, I was reborn with a sobriety date. And I got an opportunity to come to the Valentine House. The Valentine House is what turned my life around and saved my life. It gave me the opportunity to have some stability, to be around women that were trying to do the same thing I was doing, which was stay in recovery and empower themselves. I was able to go to school, do a couple of trainings, and now I work in the field. I have housing again because of the Valentine House. I never thought I'd get my housing back. Today I have a life worth living. I have a life that I'm proud of.
I really want to help people. I'm about helping people. I've been helped, so that's fair to say, you know, I had to go through what I had to go through in order to appreciate where I am today. Yes, sir. Literally, I've heard people walking in the morning going to work. Yeah. I'm looking up to the sounds of their, waking up to the sound of their women high heels. Just like this on the sidewalk. So I've been there. I was really ashamed of myself, you know, and I didn't, you know, I wanted to make a difference, you know, because I come from a pretty good family, so I wasn't always like this, you know, and I knew I wasn't born to get high. I wasn't born to be homeless. I couldn't ask for anything better, considering that I was in a homeless situation for 7.5 years. So now I have my own. I could cook my own food. You know, I got a nice stove, refrigerator, and a bath. So it's really ideal now. I really appreciate it. I'm out of the shelter situation, so I don't really have to compete. It's like I'm relaxed, and when I come in, I'm just so grateful to have a place to come to. Yes, my children. Okay. I've had them over. Matter of fact, I had a son over a couple of days ago. We had a big feast, and I really enjoyed, you know, having that bonding again with my children, you know. But now we're able to be together, and I can be the father that I really want to be. Of course, I'm a student now, and I utilize a lot of my time studying, so the challenge is really within myself, you know, as far as, you know, completing my academics.
When drugs become more important than your children, there's a major problem. When you become not a person anymore, it's a major problem. Not caring about where you're living, where you're working, who you're taking from, who you're hurting. It gets worse and worse, and it's, you know, you have to hit rock bottom. And when I did, I finally reached out for help. I was at a friend's house, and I wanted to commit suicide at the end, and I called my brother, who's a police officer, and, you know, we hurt our family the most, so, you know, at the end, everybody had just had it with me, and so my brother said, you know, either kill yourself or get help. From all the things this house has taught me, it's taught me to be a better mother too. So my kids, when I first got here, and as time went on, you know, my kids and my family seen the changes in me and were able to trust me more and more. And I have a really good relationship with my kids now. I just got a little studio on Townsend Street in Roxbury. And so it's a place to call my own. And once again, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for this house. You know, I've got my license back in this house too. I didn't have my driver's license. I had lost that. I had lost my barber's license. I got, you know, those 2 licenses back, which friends of the homeless helped me with my barber license, get my trade back. I would want to thank them from the bottom of my heart, because, you know, like I said, if I didn't come here, then my life might not be how it is today. So I would like to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Before I moved here, I was literally living in a tent down in Belmont, and I stayed there for a year. I mean, I was homeless for 10 years. In my last year, it was really bad. That's when I finally realized something's got to change. you know, and it did. I can have my mother over, and you know, that's a great question, because Thanksgiving I cooked the turkey over here, had my mother and family over, and Christmas I cooked an 8-pound prime rib, and my mother cried the whole day, and I kept saying, "Ma, why are you crying?" And she was like, "My baby's finally sober. Look at this. You gotta." It was just, I cried. It was just, you know, I gotta pinch myself. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm looking around like, you know, where's the roof of the tent? You know what I mean? It's amazing. It's just, it's really, I gotta pinch myself some days. This is a blessing. I rescued a kitten and a rabbit. I go right over there. There's a big park over there. I take them over there. They just run around. I mean, it's a godsend. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Just having my own bed to wake up in and make in the morning, and not having to take the sheets off every day and put sheets back on every night that aren't mine, and you know, not to have a plastic mattress is like such a blessing to be able to have that. And Edwin made sure that I had that the first day that I was here, and I was so thankful for that. That still is amazing every morning that I wake up and every night that I go to bed.
There is help out there. There are very awesome people out there that will help you get housing. You can change your life 110%. And if it doesn't, I'll give you my place and I'll stay in the tent. They're awesome, and they help people, and they help me. They changed my life. In this whole program, I am so grateful for. You guys rock.
You know, when I go to the park, say like the Boston Commons, and just hear the bird chirpings, I hear people, see people having their lunches, see lovers walking, you know, you learn to, you know, to see what people are really appreciating. What, like hearing a bird chirp, you know, it never caught my interest at one time, you know, to be able to feed the birds, you know, having the experience to conversate with decent people that was on another level, that didn't even know or would even question my homelessness. And it just made me feel, wonderful. Friends of Boston Homeless, to just keep the service going, you know, and give people hope. So that program must exist. All programs aren't the same. You know, some really help. Some really are concerned about allowing other people to make a change in their life. And that's what I was given.
I don't know, I couldn't be the man I am today. I can't be the good father I am today. You know, I'm a good father, I'm a good brother, I'm a good son. Because the help I've got. And nobody said thank you.